This is Jason Shafrar in Las Vegas, Nevada on December 15th, 2009. I'm here with my 20-foot round above ground pool. I have about 9,000 gallons of water. I've got my Blue Bubble solar blanket on it right now tonight to keep the heat held in there as best as possible. And I'm using my new Rude 115,000 BTU heat and cool heat pump. This unit is the new 410A refrigerant compressor, so that it's using the new required refrigerant for 2010. This unit also has a power defrost feature built into it, so when it gets down into the low 40s and 30s out here and starts to build up with ice on the evaporator coil, it can actually go into a defrost mode, thaw that ice out, and then continue to allow the heater to run all the way down into the mid to low 30s as it's been doing all week long here at my house. Most heat pumps will actually shut down in the 50s and turn themselves off and will not come on until the next day when the air temperature warms up, which makes it quite ineffective to keep your pool really warm when you're getting 30 and 40 degree nights in the wintertime. But it's impressive to note that with my unit here on my 9,000 gallon pool, as much heat as these pools lose and give off being above ground, that this heater can keep up with it and actually raise the temperature. I've got my pool at 85 degrees right now, and here I am in Las Vegas in the middle of winter, where everybody out here will tell you heat pumps don't work. You have to buy gas, you have to buy propane. Heat pumps don't work in the West Coast, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. You just hear a lot of information out there that is not accurate, that's very misleading. A lot of people are not educated on how well these units work, and that's one reason why we're here to show you these videos and to prove how well they do work and how much money you can actually save using a unit like this compared to having natural gas. Running all the calculations myself based on how much this is using, which this unit's drawing around 5.5 to 6 kilowatts of electricity. If I compare that and figure out the numbers for how much heat I'm getting out of this unit, this is costing me about half the amount that a natural gas heater would cost to keep my pool warm. And in these times, saving money is very important to people. If you consider using this thing the entire winter and having it for 10, 15 years, which is the lifespan of a good heat pump, you're going to save thousands and thousands of dollars opposed to buying a gas heater and wasting your money. These are also a lot better for the environment. You're not burning gas and emissions in the backyard. They're much more efficient. They're very quiet units, as you can tell from this unit. My bedroom windows are only about, maybe 12 feet away from the heater, and a lot of times inside I can't even hear the unit to tell if it's on or running, so that's why I put these red ribbons on the top here to denote that. One thing I want to show everybody here is some thermometers that I have hooked up externally to this unit that actually show the temperatures going in and out of the heater along with the air temperatures. I've got these boards set up right here to protect my time clock and thermometers, which are over there, and also a camera that I have mounted under here so that I can see all the current temperatures from online on the computer. And I want to come over here and show everybody where I've got a sensor mounted here. I've got one of my cords coming over on the side of the evaporator coil, and that temperature is measuring, or that sensor is measuring the temperature of the air going directly into the evaporator coil. And over here, I have another thermometer sitting down, and this one is measuring the air temperature right here at 35 and 82% humidity. So that's giving me a good indication of how much humidity I have. You can see this unit is actually starting to build up with a little bit of ice on the outside. So shortly here, this unit's going to go into power defrost, reverse the cycle of the freon flow inside. It'll melt all that ice off for a couple minutes, and then the heater will kick back on and continue to run and function very well out here to keep my pool nice and warm. I want to come over here and show everybody the temperatures now that we're getting. This is pretty neat to see how well this unit's working out here in this cold weather. My pool water is 84.9 currently, coming out at 87.6. So the heater is instantly adding 2.7 degrees of heat to the water pipes that are going in and out of the unit. The air temperature going in is about 37 on that sensor I just showed everybody, and it says coming out at about 37.8. That's a little inaccurate at the moment because the sensor is mounted up on top of that fan blade, and it's getting affected by the fact that the unit is building up with a little bit of ice on it and starting to go into, we'll be going into power defrost soon. So the air temperature coming out on the top is actually closer to about 30 degrees right now, meaning the unit's taking about 6 or 7 degrees of heat out of the air and putting that 2.9 degrees into the water stream. One thing nice to note about this Rude heat pump is they are AHRI certified, and that is an outside testing laboratory that guarantees the results from Rude that they're advertising this unit as a 5.9 COP. with 115,000 BTU output. Most manufacturers do not have an outside laboratory verify their results, whereas Ruud does, to guarantee that you're getting exactly what they say you're getting. And this unit is definitely putting out what its potential is advertised at. I'm very impressed with this model. One thing I want to show everybody also is the nice digital display that this comes with, which shows you currently that the water is 84.9. If I press the up arrow, I can see that I can set it to 88, 89, wherever I want to leave it at, and the heat pump will maintain that temperature. So once it reaches that point, the heater will shut off, the water will still continue to run through the pipes, and as it monitors the temperature, if the temperature falls, then the heat pump, after about, the temperature falling about a degree or so, the heat pump will kick on, continue to run to heat that back up, and then stop and turn off again. So it maintains it just like the heater or air conditioner in your house would work. So one thing I want to show everybody real quickly here with my little laser fluke thermometer is just how warm the side of my pool is, and how warm the water is actually being maintained, and how well it's working out here considering how cold it is. You can see the side of the pool is actually at 78 degrees approximately, 79. As I get close to the pool, I can feel how warm it is because it's really cold outside. My hands are freezing, and this feels really nice. So you can see I've got over 60 feet around this 20-foot round pool that is constantly giving off that much heat, 79 degrees, while the air temperature outside is in the low 30s, showing how well this Ruud heat pump is keeping my pool warm. Another pretty neat feature to check out is I'll pull the blanket back, and you can see all the steam start to come off the pool, showing how nice and warm this water is, and it feels really good right now. I think when I'm done with the video, I'm going to take a nice little swim. But it's pretty impressive how well this unit is keeping my pool nice and warm out here in Las Vegas in the middle of winter. If you talk to your local pool guys, a lot of builders and pool stores around out here on the West Coast, and most guys will tell you you actually have to buy a gas heater or propane unit, that heat pumps just don't work out here in the desert climates. They're just not powerful enough, or there's not enough heat in the air in the wintertime to work. And we're here to prove everybody that that is incorrect. They work fantastic. They work very well. As long as you get the heater sized properly for the right size of pool, you will have no problem keeping your pool nice and warm at a much more affordable price than you would if you were burning a gas heater. Another thing I want to show everybody is the temperatures here on the ground. You see the ground temperature is about 36 degrees. We can come over here to the side of the heater and see that the evaporator coil is about 33 degrees, 34. Up here it's starting to form a little bit of ice on the unit as it's pretty cold outside. This is normal when you have high humidity. It's going to thaw this ice off here in a few moments when it goes into power defrost cycle. You can see the temperature of the coil here, if I hit it just right, is about 26 degrees where the ice is. The actual wall of the heater is about 32, 33. Over here on my pool filter, you can see the side of the pool filter is about 68 degrees. It feels nice and warm as it's giving off quite a bit of heat. Another thing I want to point out real quickly is how well my Nature 2 mineralizer is working. I installed this back in the summertime. Just drill a small hole right here in the water pipe and connect this on, and then you screw in the canister right here that actually unscrews and removes. It's replaceable about every 6 months. This unit's fantastic. It's reduced the amount of chlorine that I've had to use by about 6 times, saving me a lot of money and also having a much nicer pool water. It keeps the pool a lot cleaner. I haven't been getting as much algae buildup and growth. And of course, when you're keeping a pool in the 80s like this, you're definitely promoting algae growth. But with this Nature 2 system, I'm using very minimal amount of chlorine now, and the unit keeps the water in perfect shape. And it's just a fantastic unit. We actually carry those on our website, and I highly recommend them for a lot of customers to install. If you have any questions about one of those, we'd be happy to go over the details with you and show you how to use one and get one with your purchase. We want to thank everybody for watching our video here on the Ruud 115,000 BTU heat and cool heat pump running in Las Vegas, Nevada. In the middle of December, keeping my pool in the mid-80s, which is perfect. I'm not using gas or propane, and there's a lot of misconceptions out there. People telling you can't buy a heat pump to run in the wintertime as you can't keep your pool warm and they're not powerful enough. Well, don't believe everything you hear out there. This unit works great. We're here to show you that it does save you a lot of money, These units have been around for over 80 years. Ruud has in the business, and they built a fantastic unit with the new 410A refrigerant that's required in 2010. A lot of manufacturers do not have any experience with that, but Ruud does. They've been in business for a long time using 410 already, and this